picture of the decorations in Janos Church. They haven't yet finished the decorations, but there's an interesting one of Tady with a cloud on top of it. All very strange.
Managed to get the reindeer.
Show you where we are. Coffee time. I didn't see that.
Hoy está.
Es para los ingleses. Mira, es cuando es un caliente, un poco caliente.
Hoy está. Perfecto.
Dos café con leche, por favor. Recorded last time, so I'm going to take a picture of him. Vamos a Inglaterra próximo.
¿Cuánto tiempo?
Menos 5 meses.
5 meses, 6 meses.
No similar aquí. Pero hay un bueno Navidad y Año Nuevo.
¡Feliz Año Nuevo!
Así.
Gracias.
Gracias. Well, here we are. Same place as last week, but it's not no storm today. So I'm hoping to do an hour and a half walk. About 6 kilometres. I don't think there's anything else. Seeing so basically where I was going to go last week, as you can see the grass is very green. It had rained again down here, so the rain keeps coming. Well, I'd forgotten to put my mobile on with outdoor active on my route, and I'm not sure that I'm on the normal route. This is the way I came back last week. Never mind, I'll find my way from here. But interestingly, when I switched it on, the GPS showed me probably 400 metres away from where I actually am, so there's obviously something wrong with the GPS on my phone. Need to get it seen to. The start of the route is the same as last week, as you can see. Actually going around the same bush up to the path a bit further up. Actually, I think the other side of the bush is the correct way, but never mind. But we'll see whether we can get further today. Los Cristianos had got very strong winds. They don't seem to be up here, and it's forecast clear skies, a bit chilly, probably 16-18 degrees. So we will see how the walk goes. Well, this is about as far as I got last week before the torrential rain and the thunder and lightning stopped me. This was the point at which I decided I had to go back because the weather was too bad. But today it's quite nice. I'm hoping that on this particular stretch I can find the short path, or the new path that was being put through the wood when Jane and myself walked up this way. We'll see a bit further on. If I reach the main turn off, it will mean I've missed it. But it would be nice to see if they could finish that walk like that. Looking up there, the amazing tops of the forest, and of course down here the undergrowth. We're not in pine country yet. The pine trees start a bit further up. When we get on the next path, there's this type of ordinary deciduous kind or ordinary growth on the right, and on the left there is the pines. Well, this looks to be the path I'm supposed to join. I need to look at the map. Interestingly, I'm in the middle of nowhere. This is somewhere I've never been before. If I go up that way, I get deeper into the jungle. There is a path this way, but I don't know how far it goes. But I may walk down it just to find out. So it could be a very different walk today. Well, I know roughly where I am, but getting over that there, or there, these are all brambles. We've remembered being in this kind of bramble country before, all the way around. So maybe this is not a good idea. If I could get up onto that edge, I can miss the brambles out. I'll try that. Well, I'm going to walk up this other track. According to the map, it comes to a dead end further up, but there's only me here, so it doesn't really matter if I have to turn around and come back. I'm just having to watch the brambles. There are tracks where vehicles have been up. I suspect it goes to the electricity pylons and no further, but I might be able to walk across country that way. But it does seem to be getting steep up here now. We'll see around the corner. Well, come onto a different track now. Just go up there. We'll walk this way a while. Just as though it ends there. Now, there is an option to walk along there where the pylons go and eventually climb up out of here. I'd have to look at the map. Well, the map shows me now at the end of this, which is where I am. This faint line on there must be the part where the electricity track goes. So if I walk along there, I will finish up back on the track. Or I could walk up the hill through the forest and reach the track that way. I'm not sure which yet. I'm going to think about that. Right, I've decided to follow the cables. It says 200 metres further on it crosses the path I should be on. But this is it's been cleared, and there are people who have walked down here by the looks of it. You know, some of the grass is downtrodden, so with a bit of luck I shall get back on the track in a short while. Well, there's a sign that someone else got lost in this particular area, a cairn. The GPS says stay under the electricity cable and you'll be alright. Now, that's interesting. There's a path up there. Comes out of the wood there and goes up there. I'm going to need to look at the map again. Well, I think I'm going to have to follow this track up and climb up the hill. Otherwise, I'm going to finish up on the return track that way. Up through there is where I should be walking at present. So I'm going up the track through the wood. We'll see what it's like in a second. And as one might expect, for a track that isn't walked much, well, it may not be that bad. It has been walked quite a lot. So although it's not on any of the maps, this may be an interesting track. Unfortunately, I'm not following this track, not recording it. Oops, a daisy. So I'm going to turn off for a while. Well, I told Jan an hour and a half, so I could perhaps put another 2 kilometres on the walk, but I think that idea's gone. I'm now in an area that I've never been in before, but it's very nice. So we will continue up the hill and see where it comes out. It's a pity I'm not tracking this, although I may be able to find out where it is if I walk again in January before everyone comes back and record where the track is. Oh, look at that. The giant dandelion growing. It's fairly well defined, this path. So it may be okay. It's interesting, the track is walked obviously from the fact that the pine needles are cleared off there. Somebody marking the fastest crosses. And in actual fact, it's nicer than the one I was going on, which was all up track, which was quite barren. At least it is through forest, and it's quite interesting. Lots of midges about today. I suppose in a second we'll have to look at the GPS to see what kind of damage I've done to where I'm trying to get to. Well, there were several options there. I've taken the most obvious one. And, interest. Obviously horses come down here. There must be a way out. If horses get in, I can get out. So we'll see where it goes. Well, I am now joining an even more well-used track or path. I need to be going uphill, so even if it's one of them that runs off down to the end, we are getting to the track I'm supposed to be on. This is I suspect, the foresters track I'm supposed to be walking, so I'll stop and have a look at the GPS. Well, I left the track on that bend, and it's not the track I'm supposed to be on. It's another foresters track, this. It's not marked very well on the map, but it did show the path going straight across. It doesn't actually, but it appears to go up here. And this will take us near to the top of the walk. Again, someone's attempted to cairn to show where we should be going. So I'm going up this one to see where we get to up here. This would be very pretty in spring, because this is the ones that have lots of flowers on in early spring. So it's another place to come to see what it's like later or early next year. It is fairly dense, and oh look, I'll take that off there. Mushrooms growing along the side of the path. Interesting. And we're now getting into thick undergrowth, and it's getting quite dull, or dark. It's not dull, it's just that the light has been filtered out. So, ouch. And this would make a nice walk. I'm going to have to come back early in January and walk this on my own and record it, because it would be difficult to remember when I've got a group with me. Right, I'm going to switch off for a while. The GPS shows us I'm on a track. Well, it's not a track, it's a path. But it finishes, oh look, actually marked here as a path. So it is used. Yeah, it shows it finishing 20 yards before it joins the next track. So that will be interesting when we get there. Never been a problem finding a way through undergrowth before, so I don't suppose it will be this time. We're now getting more and more into the pine country. As you can see, I'm now surrounded by pines. And the tree, few bushes, they're beginning to disappear now. It's I'm climbing again. There are signs of horses again, and where they've slipped somewhat, even the horses at times have problems on steep slopes, except they've got 4 legs. Well, it's getting nearer the top because I'm running out of tree and can see sky, and normally a sign that you've reached the top of your walk. We'll see in a second. A couple of flowers from last year. In a few months' time, this whole side will be covered with those flowers, and it's very impressive. So perhaps very end of February, beginning of March might be a good thing. Oh, either the trees are being blown about, or there's something running around in the undergrowth. See you in a second. There we are. This is the track I'm supposed to be on. I remember seeing this path before and wondering where it went, and now I know. So I've got a bit of a walk up here. While I'm walking, have a quick look at my GPS. Yeah, my GPS now. If I can get the thing back on. Of course, it's not wanting to play. And there you are. It shows me right on the centre of the track I'm supposed to be on, and the track I've just come up. And I'm fairly close to the top, so in a minute I have to decide whether I'm going back down, and depending on the time, or whether I'm going to add the bit on at the top. If I had come on my normal route, this would have been the kind of track we'd have been on all the way. So coming up through the wood is far better than this, if I can find a way in at the bottom. But there was a path that went down through the wood there when I first came up this way, so all I have to do is to find that one to be able to come up through the wood rather than on this rather rough track. Well, according to the GPS, I'm about 100 metres from the turn-off. I've been walking 3/4 of an hour probably, so it'll take me half an hour to walk down. The trouble is, when it leaves me 1/4 of an hour to do 1.5 kilometres, 2 kilometres, might be a problem. But this is the track coming up that I have to make the decision on. So we will see in a second. Oh, that didn't record. I've just come off the path up there. I decided to do the longer walk, which takes me this way and then with a bit of luck turns uphill towards Montaña Negra. I can turn off before the top, but this looks like a lot of downhill here. I need to check the map. Yeah, I'm on the right track. I don't know if you can see that. I'm on the dotted line and off the bright red line now. Again, this area will be covered in those pink flowers later in the beginning of next year, January, February, March time. So this will be a nice part of the walk as well. Well, we'll see you later. It's interesting how much moss there is on the plants around here. This is the rocks covered in moss and the bright green of the plant. The colours are still very bright here. The rain has kept them growing and kept them green. Right, I've got to move on a bit. At present I'm walking along a contour line. I've got about another 200 metres before it starts climbing uphill, but I just looked at that and it looks as though there's a path that goes up through there. But I'm not sure how good that is. There are no signs that anyone else has actually walked it. Might be a bit difficult. We'll stay on the main path. The path's now beginning to turn and I'm starting to go uphill again. So when it gets round the corner up in front of me, 100 metres ahead, I expect it to get a lot steeper because it's quite a climb to Montaña Negra from here. As I said, the path would turn the corner and I would be walking uphill, coming from down there. The track is even rougher further down. This is getting easy again. It's interesting how the water runs down. Obviously it rains quite a lot here. Runs down and comes around. The pine needles make banks for it to run through. Right, we must be getting near the top and I'm going to stop for some water. Should be alright because I've emptied the one that I managed to puncture during the night and sunk myself with into one of the others. We have another track coming in, so I need to check where I am. The GPS says another 400 metres or so until I join the track that goes downhill. See if we come around a corner and all we get is some more climbing. So we will go up here. When I get to the top, I'm going to stop for a drink. It's getting warm now. It wasn't all that warm to start with, but it is now. The humidity, when I checked with the weather forecast, was 90% up here. I can't believe it's 90%. By the time it gets to that time, it's virtually raining. And we haven't got any clouding. Interesting tracks. Obviously, it looks like some kind of tractor has been up here with big wheels. I presume it's the foresters. Right. We're getting on to the top now. I'm going to check the GPS. I was a bit optimistic with the distance. This is another gate. This one's open up to the top. I've another few hundred metres uphill. As you can see, I'm going on. Oh, just gets steeper. So now getting very warm. Oh, what is it? The 13th or 14th of December. The weather in Tenerife is still very hot. The weather is definitely changing out here. I'm walking through another area that's got a lot of the plants that have the pink flower on. So yeah, again I make a note of this one. When I found the bottom bit into it, it will be a very interesting walk, especially when the flowers are out. Well, here we are. That's the path going down from Arenas Negra. Sorry, from Montaña Negra. That one is the bit where people stop walking on the path and walk down. Depends which path you're going down. I'm going down this one. So I'm now at the top of the walk, and as you can see, this is now virtually all pine. There is nothing else, nothing grows under these much. The odd little bush struggling to survive, but not much. But it's time for a drink, so I'm going to go down here. I've been walking for an hour, I suppose. I could get down in half an hour, so I'm going to sit on that rock and have a drink and then rush down the mountain. Well, I am carrying my data logger with me today. I don't know what it's doing. I'm just hoping that not too much water squirts out of this thing. It isn't one with a puncturing, so it will have been pressurised coming up the mountain. Oh, but not much. So, that's better. I'm now recording my data logger at 10-second intervals to see what kind of structure I get. I did compare two of my environmental sensors and they gave roughly the same peaks, but the humidity sensors give the same peak, so I'm not sure what's happening. I have ordered one that has 8 sensors sets on it with some artificial intelligence built into neural networks, but I'm not sure that's going to be any better. So again, it will be interesting. As you can see, there's a path up the top there, and there's where I'm going down. But they do say the humidity sensor can be used in an altimeter instead, which is true when you read it from here. But I'll look when I get home to see if I have recorded all day. Well, I'm on the way down. I have 20 minutes left of my hour-and-a-half walk, and I have got down from the top. In that walking down, you can make better time. So I can only do that if I don't video as much, but then I've videoed this so many times that I don't think I need to video it continuously. But there's bushes again that will be all pink later on. I don't know what time of the year it is. I found it amazing when I came up and they were all in bloom. I'll have to see. I'm now moving fairly quickly down the path. It is reasonably easy at this stage. I may as well make good time while I can. There's the odd obstacle like these, but in general this path is the one down from Chignero, and it is an easy path to walk. Of course, the path from Chignero does come down the side of Montaña Negra as well. I'm now moving out of the pines and we're into the start of the mixed forest. As you can see, we've now got undergrowth, whereas in the pine forest you don't get any of this undergrowth. And we're coming to a track that I have to cross because the path goes straight down. These tracks you can't go around them to lengthen the walk, but today this was the intended walk, so I'll keep going on trying to make time up. I just crossed the second track. Oops, a daisy. And at times this stretch gets covered with very tiny mushrooms. There's none here at present. There was those few I saw at the start of the walk, the yellow ones. The ones that grow here are white, very tiny white ones. Oh, there's a giant dandelion that's growing for next year that I took a picture of earlier on another walk. They're hiding behind that. Oh, I mean, looks like a flower head already on. Yeah, I just think it's spring early. I crossed the third track, there's a fourth one there, and I'm now on the bit of this path from Chignero, which is a bit grotty. In fact, I'm just about through it now, and it's the stone is clear and getting out of the way. It's coming back to more normal walking in this stretch. I should be coming to the end of the extra 2 kilometre loop that I put on a bit further on from here, and then I'm back on the original walk that I planned. Yeah, well, I have 10 minutes before I'm due back, which is not going to happen. But we're on a nice path and it's easy to walk. And there we are, down to the original walk which should have come down from up there. And there we are, Chignero, sanjose. That's the wrong one. This is the one I need, which is the bog standard one. Into towards the top, and then we turn off. As long as I remember rightly, I shall check on my GPS. This is now very familiar ground, walking back to the water tower if I carry on this road. But there is a track off to the right that I need to find. There is a path through the wood as well that goes to the same place, which I must find, because it would be better than this one and wouldn't have me wondering where the next track is. This is supposed to reach the track I'm supposed to, path that goes round the back, and in actual fact it does. There we are. I'm not sure where the next one is, but at least I'm now on the path I'm supposed to be on. I don't think we've walked down this bit before. It's another new bit. Interesting set of steps on the path, not very big. but I do remember them now, so we have walked this. It's very nice dappled sunlight now. This is a very nice walk. Now, the path that's supposed to come in that I was looking for didn't seem to exist, so I'm glad I did walk onto this path through the little bit of forest. It's only about 20 metres, not difficult. But now you can see the sunshine obviously behind me now as I go down towards the recreation area at San Jose. I'm starting to go downhill fairly rapidly now. We're in the top of the recreation area space. So in a couple of seconds, when I've got around these particular bits of pathway, I'll turn this off. I have a nasty feeling that there's a turn up I need to find somewhere down here. So let me get down this, and then when I'm on an even path I'll turn the recorder off. Oh, there we are, I can turn it off now. Well, I'm now on the bit below the water tower, approaching the top of the camping site recreation area, and I'm 5 minutes late on 1.5 hours, so that's not bad. I've come down from the top in 25 minutes, less than half an hour by the time I get back to the and I have done some videoing and looking at GPS on the way, so I could probably get down in 25 minutes. Well, I'm now down into the picnic area itself. In front of me is the bar where we normally have the hot chocolate and the cold chairs. Let's see whether Jane wants a cold chair and hot chocolate before we go down to Los Cristianos. We got really, it's I'm 10 minutes over my allotted time, but that's not bad. To say that I got lost somewhere in the mountain, and now, as you can see, a very familiar sight of the bar. I think we might have a coffee or a hot chocolate. We've got time. And there we are. Back to the menu.